Hey guys, it's Meli back again with another video, finally. So I've already recorded this video once. I already have swatches on my arm, so I'm just gonna re-show you guys the swatches. It actually got all over my shirt right here. I was gonna clean it up and put on a new shirt, but then I was like, this one is already dirty. I'm not gonna mess up another one. My camera kept cutting off. I had some issues with the lighting and everything, so I had to take off the look. You could already see I got some stuff dirty on my palette and everything. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to do a completely different look so that I can test out new colors and everything, even though you guys don't even know if it's a new look or anything. Let's just jump right into this. Is what the palette looks like. Outside of it looks like that. The thing I already don't like about this palette, it has nothing to do with the product itself. The packaging, really cute and everything, and I love having a white palette and just like taking it out, I feel slick or whatever. I don't like how it's so easily colored. I'm really messy whenever I do makeup. That's just how I do everything in like a messy fashion. It's just so easy to get it dirty and make it look bad, and it's brand new and it's already stained. Shows you how easily you can make this less wet. But other than that, I have no concerns yet. This is what the inside looks like. It's a little messy. So Jaclyn. These are the swatches I did on my arm. They are a little faded and I didn't do all of them. If I did do all of them, I would need like 5 arms. And I'm sure there are a lot of swatch videos out there. This palette has been out for a while. I actually got it second time around when she restocked it. Videos showing swatches, and I don't think swatches do the product justice, because putting a product on your finger and swatching it on, it's completely different than putting it on your face. It doesn't show how the product actually works. It doesn't show how the product blends out or how it does well with other colors or anything like that. So I personally don't really care for swatches, but I guess other people do. Maybe at the end of the video I'll do more swatches on my right arm. For now I just want to get started with a look. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids and then set them. I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer. Yeah, Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. I have my little elf mirror. Gonna take a fluffy ended brush. I think this is the one that came with like the Naked palette or like the Naked 2 palette. I don't know. I'm going to take this just like white tone, I guess. Ooh. This is more of like a brow highlight color. Focusing it on my brow. I'm actually gonna use this color to highlight my brow bone right here. I'm going to take this more neutral toned color and use that to set my eyelids. Okay, so now I've set my eyelids and highlighted my brow bone. Now we are going to find a transition color. I think I'm going to take this light orange right here and just tap off the excess. Put this in my crease as my transition color. Going to focus right here and just create some depth and then just like drag it over. Right off the bat, you can tell color is true to itself, if that makes sense. I have a lot of palettes that look very different on the actual palette than they do on the eyes. This one is very true to the color. As you can tell, these colors are very, very buildable and very, very easy to blend out. Kind of use them in whatever form you want to. Wow. Only put one eyeshadow on, but I'm already really loving the way it's working. Now I think I'm going to take this darker of an orange right here on the same brush, tap off the excess. Just kind of have a bit of... I really can't speak today. I have been messing up my words so bad. I'm like, okay, I'll just edit it out later. But I've been messing up so bad, I have to just like completely restart my sentence. It does have some fallout, I'm not gonna lie. It's not so much to the point where you can't stand. If you really do dig in there, you're gonna get some fallout, but it's not too bad where it's gonna get all over the palette everywhere, but we'll see as we put it on our face. So I'm just gonna take that color, start off right at the end of my eyelid and just kind of build it up a little bit. I'm focusing more on the outer lid to create some depth, dragging that color onto the rest of my eyelid. Whew, whew. Honestly, didn't need to use that much. That is very, very pigmented. It just kept going and going. So now we're just going to do the same thing to the other eye. I'm just blending it out. I don't want the main focus to be the red of it because I do want to put a little pop of color on later. Blending it out more. Now I'm going to use this So Susan. Just looks like that. Whatever other brush I have left over in the palette that's clean. I'm going to take the same lighter color that I used earlier. I'm going to put that on top again. Dad, you're interrupting my performance. Want to say hi to all my fans?
No.
So rude. Dad, stop making noise. Really? You have to do this right now? Now I'm gonna take this darker red right next to the one that we just used, and I'm only gonna take a little bit of this because it's very, very pigmented. Just use it on my outer corner, like so. Taking a different blending brush, I'm going to just blend that in. So I really want to use one of the pop of color eyeshadows right here. I'm going to go in with this blue right here. I'm going to use this MAC 194 brush. Honestly, probably stole this from my mom. I think I'm 100% sure that I stole this from my mom, so like, I don't even know if they still have this out or anything, but just any flat-ended brush. But if you have a bigger one, that works too. And I'm gonna take that without any other primer or any sort of setting spray or Fix Plus or anything, just to see how it works without it. And we're going to put that. Honestly, I never use shimmer shadows without wetting them first or applying extra primer, just anything to enhance the shimmer. I feel like it won't come out the same way that I want them to. Regardless of what brand it is, I love Morphe, and their shimmers are always very, very pigmented. They apply very beautifully on the lid, but I still use them wet. That's just how I like my shimmers to look. It's not really coming out as shimmery as I want it to. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not the effect that I want it to have. Try to wet the brush. We'll try this again. So now that I've wet the brush, we're going to go in with the same color, and we're going to do it on the other eyelid just to compare and contrast what they look like. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I can definitely see a difference. This one is just a little bit more faded out and it's there, but it's bam. And then this one is kind of like whoo, whoo. I can't do things properly. Same thing to the other side. I'm just gonna apply it wet this time. And go in with the same brush that I used earlier. Lighter one to the darker red that I was using earlier, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna blend it out right here. Now that I've done that, I'm going to add a little pop of color. This blue right here. Just take it on my finger and just pop it in the middle of my eye. Just give it even more of a pop, pop. That's what I picture in my head whenever I do it. Right there. Woo. I really like this aqua a lot. The blue you kind of have to work with a little bit, which is kind of confusing because it does really stand out in the palette. The aqua blue is just very pigmented on its own. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, ooh. Alright, now I'm going to take the same brush that I used earlier, just darken up corner crease again. I'm going to take the darker red right here. Just going to put some more at the corner right here. And smoke it out a little more. Take the same blending brush that I used earlier. Just blend that out a little bit. The same fluffy brush that I used earlier. Take the lightest orange tone that I used. Go over all the colors one more time, just to blend them all together. Since the shadows do have some fallout, you can tell the shadows have made its way over here and on the bottom here. Normally I always do my eyeshadow first, just because I always have a problem with like any eyeshadow. It just gets everywhere because that's just how I am with makeup. So for me this isn't a problem, but for you guys who do your face makeup first with any eyeshadow, I would recommend doing your eyeshadow first. A palette like this, the shadows are very, very buttery, very soft. They are going to have fallout. You can't prevent them not having fallout. It's not immense fallout. It's just a tiny bit like that, as you can see on the palette, if you can tell on that like red that I just used. That's the kind of fallout it has, which is that extreme, but it does make a difference whenever you do your routine with the way you work with shadows. So just letting you know, you should probably do your eyeshadow first, but that's just with every eyeshadow in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, put on some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I have done my eyeliner and my mascara, so now I'm just going to smoke out my under eye, looking for the right brush. I'm gonna take this smaller ended brush. I think it's from the Naked palette again. Any like small kind of pointy ended brush you have. The same orangey one that I used earlier. I'm just using that on the bottom. I'm going to take this darker orange, do the same thing, but focusing a little bit more on the outer corner and then just kind of dragging it a little bit. And then I'm just going to take the fluffy ended brush and just kind of blend that in a little bit. And I just like smoke it outward. I'm going to take the darker red, focus only on my outer corner. By doing this, you're creating a smoky eye, but on the bottom of your eyelid, smoke out your whole eye. Just completes the eye look. Take a concealer brush. I think this one's by Morphe actually. It is. It's a Morphe M410 brush. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. The fluff, still can't speak. I'm gonna take the fluffy ended brush again and just do one more smoke out. Now for the finishing touches, I'm going to take this pinky shimmer right here. Apply that to my pinky, like that. This is usually how I do my corner eyelid, TBH. Pop that into the corner, like so. This is the completed eye look. Put some setting spray on. Use Milani Make It Last setting spray. Highly recommend on my lips. If you're wondering, Milani lipstick in the shade 69, and this is my absolute favorite lipstick of all time. Sorry for changing the lighting around so much. I'm still trying to figure out where to film. Overall, I think this is a very worthwhile palette. It is, I believe, $38 for all the colors that you get. I think it is definitely worth it. I have the chocolate palette, Naked palette, the Balm palette. So many different palettes that are all $40 to $50 in pricing. They're not as good as this. They don't have a variety of colors like this. Not only does this have... My camera actually just ran out of memory and it's about to die, so I'm just gonna film a quick outro on my phone right here. Or as many colors as this one does. You have your shimmers, you have your neutral shades, you have the little pop of color. For traveling purposes, this is very handy because you can just take one palette and know that you're good to go. You're all set if you want to do like a natural look, or if you want to put some shimmers, or even just like a little pop of color. You have a lot of options and you don't have to carry around like 10 different palettes. This retails for $38 without shipping and taxes and all of that. If you use Jaclyn's coupon code, I'm pretty sure it's like 10 to 20% off. Kathleen Lights also has a coupon code. You know, just Google that. I'm pretty sure you'll find it. Altogether, I think I paid like $42, like with shipping and everything. A pretty good deal. You know, you get, what's that called? You get the... Okay, I give you 2 minutes. I'm just trying to film an outro, man. Get the best out of your buck with this. I definitely recommend. I've always loved Morphe palettes. I've always raved about them. I always tell everybody how the formula is, how the pigmentation is. And they're normally only like $20. I think she said that the formula was different, this one. But I actually checked and they're the same formula. We're just pressed differently. Because if you do compare it to the other Morphe palettes, this one has a little bit more of pigmentation. It does blend out a little bit better, but it's not that much of a difference. But there is a tiny difference, if you know what I mean. Overall, I would recommend this palette. I do think it's worth the 40 bucks. I think it's an amazing palette. I think Jaclyn did an amazing job picking out the colors, and these shadows blend out very well. They work amazingly. I didn't have a problem with any of them. I didn't struggle in any way during the video. I think the only con is probably the packaging, because as you can see, it already looks kind of dirty. It's already starting to get that like beat up look after you use your palette for too long. Other than that, I don't really have anything bad to say about it at all. And I know that might sound, I don't know, one of those reviews where you're just, this is amazing, you need to get it. Nothing to earn from this. You know, I don't get products for free or anything like that. This isn't a sponsored video. This is just a girl that doesn't have that much money and is trying to recommend a good palette out to people. Definitely recommend it. That's my review. I hope you guys like the look. I'm sorry about the lighting, all the stuff that I had to change during the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm sorry that I keep looking. I just want to make sure that it's like still recording. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Recommend what kind of videos you guys want to see, what kind of looks, all of that in the comments down below. You know, all the usual, and I will see you guys later. Bye.